James L. Brooks has made a career out of making films that mix drama, sentiment, and a dosage of comedy. He seems particularly interested in the connections between people, whether they're family members, co-workers, or next-door neighbors. With Ella McCay, Brooks appears intent on showing a politician juggling struggles with her family and her career, and there's potential there as Ella suddenly becomes governor. While some funny lines pop up here and there and the actors do commendable work, the storytelling is strangely disjointed, and Brooks struggles to balance the multiple storylines he's trying to combine here, and the troubles faced by the characters feel underdeveloped. As the title character, Emma Mackey does solid work in showing her trying to handle these responsibilities. We see her determination to do good work in her political career, although one wishes the script had delved even further into her drive to help the citizens. With the film being set in 2008, Brooks turns this into a nostalgic and maybe rose-tinted throwback to an era when it seemed like politics was not nearly as nasty. We don't really get an idea of how good of a governor Ella might be in real life because the film only slightly touches on her policies and how she handles the role of being in this important lawmaking position. The film appears a lot more interested in her personal life and dealing with family issues. There are a number of subplots involving members of her family, and a few just come across as a tad superfluous. The main thing we're told about Ella's father is he often cheated on his wife and has some regret over it. The storyline involving her tech-savvy brother stressing about his relationship troubles could have been cut out entirely, as it adds nothing and frequently slows down the film. There's a lot of time spent on Ella's husband causing issues and the marriage being affected by this, but even that is not explored as well as it could have been. Ella's most interesting relationship actually comes from her conversations with her personal trooper and driver, with Mackey and Kumail Nanjiani playing well off each other. Some of the comedy often associated with James L. Brooks' work does sprinkle in a few times. Julie Kavner particularly amuses as the narrator, and her presence is certainly welcome. There's also a clever line about other states, which has the sort of wit hoped for in a film with this subject matter. And even though the movie is plainly shot by Robert Elswit, there are some visual gags that provide a chuckle. Ella McCay just ends up largely all over the place and disappoints as both a comedy and a story about politics. The laughs are sporadic, and it just barely touches the surface of tackling the idea of Ella being thrown into this position. James L. Brooks mostly seems interested in focusing on the issues facing his family. However, the film tries a little too hard to tug at the heartstrings with the emotional scenes, and the characters rarely come across like real people. A few don't even contribute much to the larger narrative going on here. Aside from some solid performances from the cast, there is very little about Ella McCay that stands out.